we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. So this game of our, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But two teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He'll find Fournette again here. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves. And
they're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense... issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Corral looking to pass, 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. Forced out to his left. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's taken to the 26. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 22. Fournette running right. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Oh, Waller, what a catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Touchdown! Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, the 20. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. William Golston in on the stop. The Steelers at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joe Tryon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They begin with a run by Fournette, and he is going to lose yardage here. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On play action, it's Brady. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 39, Brady. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A shotgun give to Fournette. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On second and goal, Brady. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on second down, Corral. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing here, Corral. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And he fields it cleanly. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And they will take over first and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Second down at 6 now from the 42. To throw is Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Corral now to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down, Corral. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before half for Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Corral. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, Corral. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action here, Corral. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. On third down, Corral. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. A handoff to Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Fournette. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Miles Jack with a big-time hustle play there as he backs the offense up. Play action. Now it's Brady. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Completion good for 14 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know it's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Brady now to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Darren Waller, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now it's Ryan Suckup after the touchdown to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Steelers
So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They guess.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your two current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st down, but the field goal team is... And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Brady. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. Take it at the 37. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Presley Harvin now. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
It's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee. And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, good move. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They hand this off to Harris. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run with Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
And the Buccaneers have it.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run straight ahead with Snell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. This is Harris. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 114 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now. Corral. Incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. But now it's third down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And Corral will throw it. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22. They'll run with Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. They'll run. Here's Harris. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. This offense so far on third down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is third down and 12. Setting up the screen, Harris. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. On play action, now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Fournette is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's Corral. Completes it to Austin. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Harris running straight ahead. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On the play fake, Corral. Looking for Austin, intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and the Buccaneers will take over here just shy of the 30. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they pulled it by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Brady. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now Corral. Austin's got it left side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Corral. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Corral. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Down to their final play. They've got to get in the end zone. That's part 1. Part 2, the 2-point conversion.
Throw the 2-point conversion right out of their mind. That's what they have to do. What you said is accurate. In the end zone, have to score a touchdown for that to even matter.
And this is going to be caught on the final play, a touchdown. How about that? And a 2-point conversion now will send us to overtime.
And understandably, this crowd is in an absolute frenzy. But they've got to back it off a little bit, let the guys operate, and they need to take a deep breath as well. They've still got to get a 2-point conversion in order to tie this one.
One final play for Corral. And it is caught. They got it. So a touchdown and the 2-point conversion with no time remaining. And we're off to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, Carter.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Here's Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. First throw of bonus time for Corral. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 25-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Now Corral. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. They hand this off to Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They run with Harris. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Harris. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
So it's a win here for the Steelers, and they were led by the play of their quarterback, and that's Matt Corral.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Steelers, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.